to the front. As you do all of even your elbows, everything would come. Some people open their hands when they fight. I suggest for the women that are beginning, keep your fingers closed. Don't tuck your thumbs inside. Have your thumbs on the outside. Only punch with those two fingers. As you go to a dojo, if they say something different than what I've said, I would respect that, listen to their teachings. I've taken several different martial arts classes from different instructors, and listened and had respect for each one that did it. They're all in their own right professionals. So I appreciate your time here at Saykoshta Self-Defense. Thank you. I sent you some of them. Welcome to Saykoshta Self-Defense. Today we're going to talk about a few things such as weapons. If someone comes at you with a knife, the best thing to do is run away. If you ever seen Monty Python, that's the thing. Run away, run away. A knife, if someone pulls a gun on you, give them your wallet, give them your money. I mean, don't try and fight against that. You'll see some of these martial arts tapes that show how to swing around and take the gun out of their hand. A master can do that, but just give them the wallet if they want. If someone has a knife, one thing you want to remember is there's a blade on that thing that can cut you. And so if you're trying to kick a knife out of their hands, and I do a crescent kick, which is just as simply like a moon kick, you kick that knife out of their hands, and they say, oh, you just kick, and then kick them. Well, that's well and good, but if you do that crescent kick like this, and then kick them, you might get cut, and on the inner portion of your leg is your artery. And you'll be spurting blood and dead in 3 minutes unless you get first aid very quickly. So if someone has a knife, it's best to just get away from them, run away. Or if they want your wallet, give them your wallet. It doesn't, if you have $300, $400 in there, which I normally carry 10 or 15, so just give them your wallet. You have to replace your driver's license, cancel your credit cards. That's no big thing compared to your life. And so on weapons, guns, if someone has a gun, normally they want you to do something, they want something from you. Just go ahead and say, sure, what do you want? Here's my money, here's this. Don't try and fight against a gun or a knife, as common sense would dictate. Other aspects that were mentioned for women, if you're at a bar or a party, don't set your drink down, go dancing and come back to the same drink, because a lot of times they're putting drugs in those drinks that you get sleepy and just knock you out. You've heard of all those different things about staying with someone that's going to watch you. I'd suggest that you go to a party with someone that's not going to drink, that can be with you if you are going to end up doing something like that. So, on weapons, if someone comes against you with any of those type of things, run away. Thanks for coming to this section of Saykoshta. Welcome to Saykoshta. Today we're going to talk about some kicks. One of my favorite kicks is the crescent kick. We did mention the front snap kick, which is very powerful. A good kick to the groin or the knees. We mentioned the side thrust, so you've got your front snap, which you aim your knee at. Wherever you aim your knee and extend your foot is where it's going to hit. Wherever you have it. So I aim here, kick, it's going to kick. Your side thrust kick, it's going to kick with the whole bottom of your foot or your heel. Today, the crescent kick is going to swing out in a moon shape. So you've got your hands up when you kick, and you can do it several different ways. If I come from behind, it's going to come up, swing, and now it can bounce off the floor and hit again. So some people will just come to here and bounce there. So what you're actually doing is using it as a block, in essence, knocking their hands down and coming up. You can also do an outward crescent, which comes from here, out, kick, so then you're doing another kick. That was a heel kick. It's hard to see. Got your hands up when you do it. That's very important whenever you do any of these kicks. So the crescent kick is like a moon kick, and it's crescent. So you've got your side thrust, which is powerful. That's the one I would kick a door down with if I needed to kick a door down. Never done that. You've got your front snap, which is the groin kick. Your knee kicks, some of your best kicks are going to be low. You've got people that talk about spinning back kicks. If you were going to do a spinning back kick, you would spin your body until you see behind you with your peripheral vision. Then your leg would lift off the ground. And then it would come down and kick. We don't have this filled with water because class situation. So that was the slow portion where you come, spin, lift up, and it comes around. And then you can spin. But I personally don't like to turn my back on anyone, so the best kicks are the ones I mentioned, which are forward. You try and do spinning, flying, high kicks. You tend to end up on the ground and hurt yourself and injure. So just remember to keep your blocks up at all times. Aim your knee at your opponent. Okay. Practice with your back and your front, your left and your right. Front snap from the front snap from the back. This is the roundhouse, which would kick with this portion of the leg. You're still going to keep your body up, hands up. That's the roundhouse. It can be high or low. Personally, I like the lower ones. Now, there's an inverted roundhouse that I really like. You lift your foot up, you're going to kick with that same portion, and it's going to come like this. And so, that comes right up underneath their block. They've got their hands up, it comes right up underneath their block. It's hard to do because your leg is in an unnatural position, but it's a great... So you've that knee, even that knee just hit my fingers, same thing, you're getting away from it. And so you've got your elbows.
So if you hold on to them, the best thing to do is pull them twice, right?
Yeah.
So then, back and your right up?
Yeah, because, and it depends, because if you grab me, a lot of times I'll do this.
Okay.
And that's the same swipe when I come down and watch. You can come from outer, or you can swing both ways, but I push down. You're pushing down, and as grab it. You can feel that. Do it. Exactly, just like that. Do it. Yeah, and then you're going to explode into their face. And so she's thinking, since she works with foster kids, she's always thinking about what can I do, what can I do? And so you're hesitating a bit with the kids, and you should. And that's good because, like when I heard that young men's president, poked him in the eye, I felt so bad. Yep. And so when they go down, hey, grab me. When they go down, boom, you're exploding into them. Yeah. Can you feel how that is effective? Yep. And then the knees and the jab. So those are that's the double wrist grab.
Every time I want to do those, I want to continue holding on. It's hard to just do it.
Oh, yeah, well, you could continue holding on if you're continuing to bash their head in. But like I said, if it's a nice person, like me, that grabs you, which a nice person wouldn't grab you, but then you wouldn't hurt him as bad. So you just do something else. Okay. So if I grab you from back here, what could you do? Yep.
There's like your things right there.
Mm-hmm.
Just go like that.
Oh, yeah.
And I can do some right.
So you've got your elbows.
Yeah, can you go from the arm grab like that? Can I turn around?
You want to turn around so your throat isn't being the oxygen.
Yes, you said.
You can grab in here. Now
Yeah,
there's
that's the door handle, right?
the door handle, and if you grab their groin and you get a hold of it, you jump down a little bit and jump up and come down.
But what if like you're jumping up and down, it kind of hurts your neck even more?
Because they're holding you there?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you'd want to turn into it.
See, that would...
See, and you've got your elbow right there. So
yeah, but when you did it, it kind of had hard grab.
Yeah, because you're turning in. So you just got to realize those limitations.
Yeah.
So somebody grabs your neck. Okay, so she took control with the one hand. There's no set technique for
but
these.
When you do it, go out and then like that.
Yeah. So there's no set thing because she got out of it. So that was good. She got control of my one arm, and then you can start hitting. So if I grab her neck, do it slow. Okay, now she's got control of my hands, and you can then move from there. Always do at least 3 things.
Okay, so I can control.
You've got control there.
I totally forgot how to do these moves.
just
There's lots of
grab
things.
it and you step out.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Step out to make a
Step out, I'm off balance. You've got that hand free, the left hand's free.
So then I can hit.
Hit, and I'm a little far away, but that's,
Right.
yep, you can kick. Now,
Kicking would probably be the easiest.
on a memorized, so if you grab on a memorized one, you can come here and swing around,
Oh, yeah.
and
I never
that will-
remember
break that off, and you can kick. But this is what you're doing is good because you're taking control. It doesn't have to be the exact technique. You say, what do I have free? Have both hands free, have my feet free, break down the shins, stamp into their instep, pop that knee back up into their groin, hit, like you did. You stepped out, so I got off balance. All of those techniques are good for choke holds and anything like that. For the front, what can you do? Take control. What's free now?
This hand's still free.
So you can punch,
And I can hit right here.
hit me in the throat.
And I can step back.
Yep.
And then hit.
Very good. And so you took control of my top hands. So if I'm being choked and I'm a woman, I can't do these special techniques where I come down. And if I'm, well, some women can. Some women are strong. You can come in on here. You can come up through here. What I really like is grab the ears, put the thumbs into the eye sockets and push. And you're just doing that. You can poke with the fingers, but this is, you really take it and they normally let go. So you'll see some techniques where they grab the inner part of here and then push down like that. That will work. Some people, if they have the strength to do it, other people won't. You grab the outer part here, come around, you put a finger in that joint, you can take them down, put a finger in this joint right here, take them down to the floor. But for women, if it's a big guy that's doing it, try and use it on them.
Yeah, that's harder.
But it doesn't matter. I've got the strength there. All she has to do is poke me in the eye. I'm going to let go of her. Hit me in the groin. And look, I'm forward. My groin is right there in front of her. So those knees are just going to come up. You don't have to do all of these fancy techniques where you're coming across like that. So another...
Larry? Before we go on, can we move the girls this way?
Sure.
So that,
Right here?
yeah, so I can get rid of the chairs and the piano behind her.
Oh, good idea.
Right here?
Yeah, so just stand
Just standing this way instead of this way.
Oh, okay.
stay right here in front of them. Okay.
That's better.
So
Okay.
another one, if they bring you down like this,
That's like my least favorite move. I hate it when my husband.
when he does that, well, you try to get out of it, which is good, but if I do get you, what do you do?
You also have your knees. You go
You like this?
on it.
Okay.
You also have
Yeah,
your
you've
knees.
got both hands open, but she doesn't want to hurt me, and that's okay. So when somebody, here, grab my head in a headlock. Oh, so I'm going to step, as I step around, the inertia of it, I'm going to hit her in the back, in the front, grab the hair, come up and hit here, or the nose, and then from there you can do elbows and everything. So,
Are you sure that would work? Because what if a guy has like a six-pack? So you'd be stronger there. And if he's like
Well,
short hair, how
lower
would
your
you grab
hands.
him?
you're still gonna hit from both sides. You're coming in from, and as you step around, you're gonna do circles.
What if they're like short hair? Most guys have short hair. You really can't
If you can't grab it, you can't grab it. So you come around, yep.
Yeah.
That hit, grab the hair if you can.
Yeah. Oh, you do have hair.
Palm thrust.
Let's see what-
Okay. So you come up like that, and you have my teeth together. so that's one of them. We've done the cross wrist grabs, the headlock. There's something like this. Okay. Now I've turned to the side, but she still has some power because she's got both feet. Yeah. Got elbows, and she can get out. And then you want to do snaps on these.
Yeah, like you just want to go.
And I know she didn't want to hurt me, but I'm going to do the snaps, and you stamp on their instep. Stamp on their instep. So that's the headlock. What do they call it? Yeah, they call that a headlock. Some of these wrestlers, they get you down, you're in trouble, so you got to pinch them. Like pinch the inside of their thigh, pinch the inside of their arms. So we talked about the choke holds. Oh, I wanted to just practice again. So all of you get a little area. If somebody throws you down on the ground, remember, hands up in a blocking position. Roll to one side and kick. Roll to the other side and kick. Kelly, run around me.
Okay. Ooh, that is hard.
Run faster.